Shall we begin?
Let's begin now.
Good morning, YouTube. This is Richard, founder of Short-Term Rental University and Airbnb Superhost. And today I'm coming to you from what I hope to be is a satellite remote office, my favorite island in the world, St Barths in the French West Indies. I chose to come down here. It's the day after Thanksgiving, even though they just had Hurricane Irma back in September, and it completely devastated the neighboring St Martin and completely devastated St Barths. And so the trip was on and off, and we weren't really sure whether we could come or go, whether the airports would be opened or not. And fortunately, they were opened. And then, as it turns out, many people canceled. All the hotels are closed. Well, all the beachside hotels are closed. All the beachside restaurants are closed. There's construction everywhere, and it's a very different experience. But as a true friend and fan, I stand with St Barths. And I've been here for many times over decades. I stay in the same villa. I absolutely love it here. And when the island needs my help, my tourist dollars, is when I want to come. And it's been so incredibly rewarding, although different. And I'll never forget this time and this vacation here and the people. They've been so incredibly grateful for me coming. And they've said things like, "Thank you so much. It means so much. You know, everyone else canceled. You could have canceled. You could have gone to a different island, or you could have gone to Mexico." And you know, that's just not an option for me. I really feel strongly about helping the people that want to be helped, and the people that have helped me. And St. Barths has really helped me, you know, rejuvenate and recharge, and so many things that are so important for an entrepreneur. That when they need my help, I have to be here. And just seeing how appreciative and grateful they are, and it being Thanksgiving, is just very impactful. So I want to spend a few minutes on this Monday's motivation talking about like being grateful and being optimistic, and what that does for one's mindset, and how that might actually help you not only in life but in business. And so it's Thanksgiving. I'm incredibly grateful, as you all know, for my family and my health and this community. And my family, and I know we all have a huge list of things that we're grateful for. But once you start coming every single morning from a position of being grateful, gratitude, being appreciative, as opposed to being negative and being, you know, finding fault and being a victim and playing like it's that person's fault that I'm not succeeding. Once you start just appreciating what you have, whatever it may be, you may have nothing. Some of the happiest people in the world are also the poorest people. People in India that have been studied, they have absolutely nothing, and yet they're appreciative of what they do have, the love, the family, and that mindset just helps them be happy. And so being filled with gratitude and being thankful allows one's mind to operate from a position of being optimistic, where you're just realize that the best is yet to come, and the world is filled with opportunities, and you're in control of your destiny. Instead of being a victim and saying, this didn't happen because this person didn't let me, you start to view the world a little bit differently and say, well, I can do that. It may take longer than I thought. It may be harder than I thought. It may not actually happen, but that's what I want to try and do. These sort of mind shifts over time, gradually, will start to like seep in, and what you'll find is you'll start to take some risk, and you'll start moving towards that goal and that ambition, and being optimistic and grateful for the little milestones along the way, and being appreciative and recognizing them. It's self-fulfilling prophecy. Slowly but surely, one step at a time, you get happier, and you get healthier, and you get more optimistic. And in the past, when you see struggles that you would have like stopped at or quit, you just persevere through it. And that's sort of the point, is like, think about that experience as moving towards the goal. Even though it's unpleasant and you don't like it and you wish you weren't doing it, you're cleaning up after a hurricane, and here's the house that you just built. Just realize that you have the opportunity to rebuild it, and you're going to learn from the mistakes you made the first time you built it, and you're going to make the roof this pitch and the window over here. And so view every single circumstance as something that you can improve on, and it's a lesson, and you're learning it. And if you can embrace that like uncomfortable thing and say, like, being uncomfortable is telling me that I'm growing and I'm learning and I'm getting through it, then when you go through it itself, it's less uncomfortable, and you actually start to appreciate it. And I find myself often in these situations where other people are just kind of like, ooh, I don't like it, and I'm kind of like, well, I don't like it any more than you do, but I like the fact that I'm doing it, and I like the fact that I'm getting through it, and I don't know what the lesson that I'm learning is, but I know there's a lesson in here, and so I'm going to keep doing it, and I'm going to look for that lesson. And sometimes I find myself thinking, if I was doing a test, and we studied 100 people in the exact same set of circumstances, and everyone was equally uncomfortable and doing the exact same thing, I try and think to myself, well, what would the 1%, like the 1 out of 100, how would they view this opportunity? What would they be doing? How would they be doing it? What would they be learning? And then what would the outcome be different, right? And if you just stop and think about it that way and say, well, I'm that 1%, then you will learn what you're supposed to learn, and you'll get through that same process faster, quicker, easier, with a better spirit, a better attitude, and then you feel empowered. Like once you go through that, when St Barths finishes the rebuild, which will probably take 2 years or more, the island will be better. They will have come together. They will feel fresh and new. There will be a bonding. So like really good things can come from challenge and adversity, but you have to have the right spirit and the right mindset. And I just want to encourage all of you to try it. I know it sounds kooky and hokey and like all that stuff. I get it. Just try it, and then try it deliberately, day after day, week after week, even if like it's not a real adverse thing. Even if you're in Starbucks and you're standing in line and the line is longer than you think, instead of getting frustrated, instead of huffing out the door, instead of mumbling under your breath about like, why is it taking so long, just say, I'm in this line, there's nothing I can do about it, I'm going to use my time while I'm in this line in my own head, thinking about an opportunity or what I'm going to do next, or preparing, and just let the time go by. There's nothing you can do about it. So use it productively, use it mindfully, try and be proactive and positive about the rest of your day, and then you'll find you just go through life generally happier than the next guy, and generally the people that are happier perform better, achieve more, certainly are more grateful and more optimistic. And if you can do that, your business will thrive, everything else will take care of itself. So much of this starts with your mindset, and don't forget, like it's all in your control. So it's how you see the world, how you correspond with people, how you believe in yourself when no one else does, and how you view challenge as an opportunity. That's key. So I hope you found this Monday motivation interesting, encouraging. I really encourage you to take some action and try it for an extended period. You can't do it for like a day or two and expect results. Try it for a year or two. Try it for a decade or two. I guarantee you it'll work. In the meantime, if you've liked this video, please go ahead and like it. Share the video with anyone you think that would benefit from it, and I think we all can benefit from it. And if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do. In the meantime, I'm going to go enjoy Gustavia and St Barths and all the wonderful things that are happening here and all the natural beauty. I'm going to support St Barths with my tourist dollars. We're going to go shop and eat and do whatever we can to help them out in their time of need. You know why? Because that's what friends do. Have a great day. See you soon. Join us over at the Facebook group.